minutes, Dan? 10 minutes?
10
5
minutes,
minutes?
sure.
Eventually. 5-10 minutes.
Sit down so I can see
your
your
jump on. We're going to be streaming live at Facebook.com/BacciPaintball. We're going to be on Twitch.tv/BacciPaintball and YouTube.com/BacciPaintball. We got a bunch of old guns, cool guns to talk about. We have a ShockTech gunfighter frame here, thanks to Tim right there. We're going to really quickly touch base on local games, upcoming games. It's going to be a kind of short stream, probably an hour max, so jump on. You can let me know if you want me to touch on anything in particular now, because I'm probably not going to be worrying about updating people comments-wise during the stream.
What is up with this?
Here's a little taste
no, I'm not
of
getting
what
any
you're going to
sound
be
from
seeing.
here. We're on private, and I'm checking for sound.
Is your headphones on?
Yeah. My output should be, there we go. Hey, sit down and talk, Benji.
Yo, hello, how you doing? Am I keyed up, synced up?
I almost bought one of those a couple years ago.
You know, I've had a few, and it's just like you never get around to actually filling the primers and doing it.
Here.
It's like the definition of cool to own, but never play with.
Wall hanger. Yeah. They're definitely cool. I would like to see someone who could actually get it ripped in.
Hello.
Take some shots with it, like that guy at, was it Living Legends?
Bad.
Hell no.
Dude, that DM5 is clean.
Wow. Yeah, it does have one spot of not clean right there.
Oh, yeah. But that was pretty common on the DM5s anyways.
What do you think?
Mine has
Are we
the
good?
same.
And we're on.
We're on? Are we on?
We're not on Facebook yet.
Not on Facebook yet, but we're live on YouTube
We
right
have to
now.
start it on Facebook.
YouTube.com/BacciPaintball. You can see me. Maybe I'll give you a blessing of some sort. Although, kind of patchy. What kind of man beard is that? It's
A
like
blessing,
a
more like a curse.
Teenage Mutant Ninja. Oh, dude, those shades, man.
Yep.
Them shades.
All right.
You had an orange one,
Jump on the
Bacci?
stream, guys.
I just got more in the mail today.
Oh, the second delivery.
Yeah.
I want one. Give me one.
Okay. So, see if it works. So this one we'll put back on the table there, and
There
we're
you
live
go,
now
sir.
on Facebook. And your charger for that is on the ground, but when it starts to die, I'll plug you in, Paul.
Touch base with Rose.
I will. All right, so let's. I'm gonna move this stuff on the ground. I'm gonna put this one here.
You have you got the sheets for us.
I got
Let's
you.
just start busting through stuff. Thank you.
Let's see.
Wow, that's a critical logo?
I think that might be their combat logo, but we're going with for today.
It looks like
PBDnA live stream.
What'd you say it looks like?
And SoCal Paintball live stream is live now on Facebook and on YouTube. Jump on youtube.com/BacciPaintball. Jump on facebook.com/BacciPaintball. And jump on twitch.tv/BacciPaintball. So we're going to be talking about the raffle prizes that you're going to see in the La Soya charity raffle.
I'm not seeing it on my
like
Facebook
4K worth now. It's like 6 guns, tons of gear. We're going to be talking about some old school guns. We got a ton of really cool old school guns here. And we're going to be talking about some new stuff. We got a ShockTech gunfighter frame in-house that we're going to talk about, as well as some issues that they've been having. And what else? We're just going to talk shit like normal. So jump on, ask questions if you want. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and we'll see you soon. But here's a little taste. We're already live, so you guys can jump on there now.
We're live on Facebook now.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
We're live, boys!
All right, cool.
We got guns. Got the
I'll share it
over there.
I'll share it on your shoot.
I'm gonna turn the quality down on mine. And
make sure you guys are off 5G.
Yeah, off 5G.
Got the Bocce man right there. Tim right there with the gorgeous JT jersey.
Just
like
Ironman, apparently.
Paul.
Yeah, playing
Isaiah.
Kyle.
Looking clean. Alright, I'm going to jump off here. If you guys want to watch us, watch the old school live stream. Again, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, /BacciPaintball.
I just don't know how to use computers, I think is my problem. Because it wouldn't let me turn my quality down. Here. So I think we're working on Facebook now. So
yeah, it's streaming on my
just
phone.
messing up some settings.
Messing with my emotions, Bocce.
Tim, can
Messing
you
with
pass
my
me that
emojis, Paul.
knee beer?
Yes, indeed.
Give him the raspberry.
The
one.
raspberry.
Yeah.
It's filled with ginger. Kind of like my wine. I mean, wait, this isn't the ginger beer. This is the
let me try a little
Tartastic Raspberry Lime Ale.
I don't like it.
Light
it's
ale?
very, very bland. It tastes like water.
Hold on.
There's nothing good about that.
It's a little expensive too.
Oh, dear God, that's terrible.
Well, it's not terrible. It just has no flavor. I don't want it. Give it to him.
Shit.
You like it?
I think this is the worst beer in the world.
All right. So for our tasting room, we're trying New Belgium Tartastic, and rated by Paul as the worst beer in the world.
That beer is disgusting.
Hold it over there so everyone can see the label.
Oh my gosh, don't ever drink this beer. It kind of tastes like tea.
It does taste like tea. I thought it
Paul
tasted
hates tea.
I thought it tasted
Actually,
like
love
cider
tea.
a little bit.
This is bad tea.
Yeah. So who's drinking this? Tim? Benji?
Bad. No,
Benji? No, you're the one that said you wanted to get messed up.
I don't want it.
Sure, why not? Someone's got to drink it.
Now that everyone's tried it, you can have the backwash.
gross.
Okay. So let me text Rose and see what her status is. So we will stream until 8:30 at least today, possibly later. Just depends on when we will get murdered. So.
Yep. If anyone knows where Dan's wife is going to be and can stall her, it means we can stream for longer.
Yeah. So we're not necessarily putting out a hit because she'll counter that hit and have all of us murdered. She'll just do it herself, even.
What if you happen to cause a traffic accident or something?
Yeah,
you know?
don't crash into her, but crash right in front of her,
Crash
possibly.
into someone nearby.
Yeah.
So, as usual, we're going to talk about previous games, upcoming games. We're going to have an update on all of the prizes that are going to be raffled off in the Losoya raffle. And again, that is not profiting anyone other than Chris Losoya for his, medical bills
And your karma.
Yeah. We're gonna have an update on what pictures we have poached from from other people's social media feeds for extravaganza and rumors that may possibly be true, but that's why they're rumors. We're gonna look at Tim's gunfighter frame. We're also gonna look at some images of other plates that people are making for the gunfighter frame. I almost just can't say gunfighter. I also saw people writing gunslinger.
I mean, it kind of goes in the same vein, old Western kind of, you know.
We also have Terror Tim here, Tim Kerrigan, and that's a nickname he's going to have once his gunfighter frame is fully anodized and shooting.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so he's our special guest today. What do you think, Paul? Are we all good?
Good.
Cool. Benji's going to spit some new rhymes.
Not gonna happen.
We're gonna talk about new videos that Benji put up and that I put up this week. And I don't know if you guys, did you have anything go live this week?
No, nothing exciting, unfortunately.
Well, anything though.
I have my friends, my director that I work with all the time. She just Stargate Origins. Go check it out.
Oh yeah,
go see that.
I remember. I mean, I would watch Stargate all the time. Is that animated though?
No, it's a live action web series. It's basically a feature film. They're gonna do 10-minute episodes for the next month or something.
Is there another Stargate thing coming out as well?
Maybe. I know they're trying to kind of push the revival of it. So maybe they got some other stuff coming out.
So if you're into Stargate, maybe you can get some teasers or something out of Tim. You can post your questions about that. So Rose says she's watching The Greatest Showman.
It didn't look that good.
No, I think it's supposed to be really. She says it's terrible, but she loves it.
It's disappointing.
You're like, make sure you watch the whole thing to like be able to tell us how terrible it is.
Oh, she'll watch the whole thing.
There's an end credits scene too, so stay all the way through credits.
Yeah. Connor has some good questions. He started off early with the questions. Okay, so yeah, videos. We're going to cover Stargate, the new web series for Stargate. We're going to talk about fines that we bought, fines that we received for parking, and fines that we missed. So we're also going to just talk about other general old school stuff that we saw posted on M. Carter Brown and other websites and Facebook, and you know, just our usual kind of mix of bullshit and relevant information.
Whatever we can find to talk about.
Yeah, and whatever you guys can ask us about. So we will start off with previous games. Last weekend, Benji and I attended PBSL. Benji was injured, so he did not play, but he handed out Jeff boxes to basically everyone there, sold them, handed them out, you know. There were a couple that had minor issues that he was there to repair on the spot. So
yeah, none of the new ones had issues, but some of the older prototypes did. So
yeah, and he was there and he was fixing those. He was also taking some video with his Steadicam, and
yeah, I was using a DJI Osmo Mobile, which is a gimbal that stabilizes the phone, and it made for some pretty sick footage. Really smooth, cool time lapses. If you want to see the video from that, you could jump on my YouTube, which is now PaintBall.dna.
He changes his YouTube name about once a week, so
no, that's it. That's the final one.
Stay, you know.
That's it.
Keep watching so that keep watching so that you'll know what his YouTube stream is.
Is YouTube working for you guys?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. If anybody's watching on YouTube, let us know.
My new YouTube name is Ginger Jews for Jesus. You could jump on.
Ooh. Check that out, guys.
But you can't
Ginger Jews for Jesus.
4 people watching.
Jesus
on
YouTube?
Yeah, it seems to be working. It says live.
It doesn't work on this computer. I don't know.
Shazam.
It's fine. I'll just monitor Facebook. You guys just monitor YouTube.
Oh,
Well,
man.
but
yeah, PBSL was pretty sick. You know, this was the first one I've actually been to. And I just love how fast the games go. I like how the team that's going to play next, both teams ref the game that's currently on. So, you know, the reffing isn't necessarily stocked with full professional refs. So you kind of need to, if you're a more experienced ref, you got to make sure you, I guess, are a bit more aggressive calling people out. Because I did literally see someone call someone clean after we heard a big crack. And then I go to check the guy, and he's hit on his GoPro. And I was like, he's freaking, like, huge hit right there. How do you not call him? And he's like, well, it was on his camera. I was like, yeah, that's a hit. Yeah. And it wasn't even like the camera was, like, off-mounted or, like, our giant shoulder
it was
cam.
just like...
It was, like, below his forehead level. So, yeah, if it's in line with a body part.
No,
I mean, heck, if it's on you in a tournament.
Yeah, if it's on you, it counts. You're dead.
Yeah,
You're dead.
I'll go.
So,
no, just go ahead.
yeah, it happens.
But I mean, I feel like that's kind of like the appeal of it too. That's a little more laid back tournament. You know, it's not.
It is laid back. You can get a little crazy, but I can see how someone, I guess, who was a bit less than honest could get away with more.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's no, you know, pro ref coming over like, no, you're out. It's like I saw some guys talking themselves out of, or talking the refs out of hits, and I was like, you can't do that. But, you know, overall, still ran really smoothly. Seemed like everyone had a great time. And it actually came down to a one-on-one because the final game ended with the last 2 players simultaneously getting each other out. So it finished with a one-on-one, ended in awesome fashion.
Well, they didn't both get... Oh, yeah.
They did.
No, you're right.
Game ended both of them with hits on it.
Blake and Daniel.
Yeah. Blake and Daniel. And Daniel ended up getting in with a nice little shot on the side. I think it was smart. He took a shot and then bumped over to a bunker on his right, making Blake play left. And it's like most players are better right. So, you know, maybe put him a little at a disadvantage. But whatever it was a fun match to watch. And I can't wait till I get to play one. We're going to be playing the 10-man on March 3rd. And then definitely going to try to get into the next one. So that was your first PBSL and your first tournament in how many years?
A very long time.
50.
50
years.
And how did you like it?
I thought it was pretty fun. It was a little...
How'd you do?
I did horrible. Well, actually, I think I played okay. Because I was trying to really restrain myself because normally I just want to like run around and be goofy and get lit up by everyone, but I wanted to try to play it safe, and I thought I did that okay. I was a little disappointed with the shots that I did take. I don't think I don't know. I don't think I had very much accuracy, but I can only blame myself.
Which gun were you using?
I was using my CCM, and we're shooting GI, or no, we were shooting Premium, Empire Premium. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I had fun. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
For sure.
How did you feel the team makeup was? Because
I
for
liked
those
our
who
team.
don't know PBSL, it's everyone basically gets their names in a hat, and teams are picked at random 6-on-6. So, what did you think?
We maybe spent the first 2 games kind of getting acquainted, but after that, I thought we did okay. We got spanked the last game, but I don't know. I mean, I felt like it could have gone either way. You know, we could have not been spanked. We could have done equally well as them, or we could have spanked them. But yeah, we had some really good players on our team, so sometimes you get spanked, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, it didn't seem like any team really had an advantage over the others. I know there was one team that went undefeated up until the semifinals, and then huge upset, they got taken out.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was pretty cool. And yeah. So,
You had a burrito, right?
Yes.
if you guys want to play
quesadilla
PBSL, you could contact Dennis Boit or jump on the PBSL Facebook page and see if you can get a spot. The spots do sell out very quickly. So I don't know if he's going to expand the league or make it more teams, but for now you got to get in pretty early to get a spot.
Jeff's giving me shit about putting ranch. It's actually sriracha ranch, and it's the absolute best condiment at Trader Joe's. So if you guys like sriracha and you like ranch and you like Thousand Island, which is basically what this is, then you can get this at Trader Joe's. It's really good.
Yep.
Have you guys had this?
No, I didn't even know they made that.
Putting
That does sound
ranch
like a
on your burrito right now, Dan?
It's more like a special sauce. Yeah.
You are putting ranch on your burrito right now.
Hey Jeff, did you get those
Paul, what's
Yeezys?
the message?
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of people posting on Facebook. We only have Jeff trolling us on. Well, first I want to answer Connor's question because I saw him ask what's the shortest possible barrel length for an effective shot. And I don't know. I don't know, Connor. Jorge. Not sure about that. You might want to talk to...
I know I have a 3-inch barrel for one of my mags. So there you go.
Don't feed him.
Yeah.
Does that like even come out of the mag, or is it just like the twist lock inside?
I don't know. It's some Chinese-made barrel. All the like super short barrels I've seen have been like out of China.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not true. Oh, there's a lot of barrels that I've had that are cut down.
Innuendo.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, now I get it.
Ignore it. Dennis says, "What kind of conditioner do I use?" It's a coconut cream conditioner.
It's called the Miss the Tissue. So
I go the me, myself, and Irene style.
I think you're
Seems to
thinking
work
of
out for you.
Blast into my hair once a day and just use that. Keeps it nice and
yeah,
conditioned.
you're thinking of what's something about Mary.
Something about Mary.
Not
Sorry,
me, myself,
Dirk.
and Irene.
I
Yeah.
was thinking that was wrong as soon as I said it, but no one corrected me. But thank you.
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
that background?
Well, here, move to the side, Tim and Dan. Because Dan's chugging the ranch. We got the Eric Andre. Time for some ranch, bro! I don't know if anyone's an Eric Andre fan, but he's all about that ranch. Ranch, bro? Yeah.
I think my favorite Eric Andre episode is when he throws up and he licks it off the table and the girl's just like, oh. I don't know. That girl's
He has
super hot
whole
too.
scenes where he just is vomiting in front of people.
Do you remember that episode though? What's that celebrity's name?
I don't know, but I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah, dude. She is
Let's
hot.
see. What's up, James? How's it going? What kind of burrito is that, Dan?
It's,
Adrian is asking.
Well, I think it's carnitas, but it might be beef cabeza. Is that heads?
Cabeza.
Oh, we got you carnitas.
Okay,
Yeah.
so not cabeza.
Let's see. Who was asking?
I mean, did you want
So you,
beef?
No, this is what I wanted. This is so good.
so Dan, you were using the Empire Premium, not Marbs, right?
Mm-hmm. Premium.
Okay, so someone was asking how the new Marbs were. We haven't tried them yet. As soon as I do try them, I'll let you know how they are.
And you'll be able to check that out on pinksizes.com.
Yeah, I do have that. Let's see. Upcoming games. Let's just go through real quick. Spew again, March 24th through 25th. Discount for pre-order is done, but you can still get your tickets. 10-man PBSL March 3rd. Super game coming up. UPL Local was this past weekend. And I do have the winners here somewhere.
It was like the Common Dogs took like all 5 spots or something, I think.
No, there was a Common Dog in each spot of the PBSL.
Oh, okay. I knew I saw a post about something like that.
So for UPL this past weekend, D3 5-man, first place we had Decoy. Second place, Paintball Revolution. Third place, Bang Bros. Nice.
Yeah, Bang Bros.
D3 5-man, Los Angeles Critical Red, Halfway Decent, and Los Angeles Hey Ops. D4 5-man, Gummy Bears, Paintball Revolution, Fresno Rit, D5 5-man, another Decoy, Gummies, LA Knuckleheads Gray. So there you go. Good job, guys.
Who are your homies, Paul?
My homie, shout
Halfway
out to
Decent.
Halfway Decent out of Santa Barbara, California. The 805.
Yeah. And when is the WCPPL?
The WCPPL is taking place right now. So I believe Division 2, Division 3 play Friday, Saturday. And then
where are they playing that?
I believe they're playing at Camp Pendleton in, I guess,
San
what is
Diego.
that, San Diego area? It's,
Yeah.
San Diego-ish.
Okay. Cool. What else for upcoming games? Oh
What's
yeah,
on the list?
this Sunday. Oh, I already mentioned Spew. This Sunday,
A little late. Nice try.
SoCal Paintball Meetup is having a mech and pump game at Combat Paintball, which is in Castaic.
Throw that
I believe.
background up, Paul.
So you guys
which
can
one?
show up there.
The
I know they're still
combat background.
looking for players, so you can jump on and join. I think it's $30 for entrance air, and
I'm trying to
I don't know.
look for like.
is there?
Oh, you're in the wrong folder.
I don't know if there was barbecue offered, but I
I
think
don't
there
remember
may be some
seeing
available.
anything, but maybe.
Yeah,
It's an added bonus if you show up and get it, you know?
added bonus. Jeff says that Brent Cooper and he will be having their first Texas 10-rounders game next weekend in College Station, Texas. So if you're
Nice.
watching out of Texas, you can jump on and do that.
Spreading the stock class love across the country.
Yeah. Adrian, don't think they're going to be big bore, but you can always cross your fingers and hope. Oh, Sean says burgers are included in your entry for that Sunday game
Nice.
at Combat. So there you go.
Sean Takeda?
No, Sean Winnery?
Yeah.
Is that Sean's last name?
Sean Winnery, yes.
So Paul and I are going to go to that, and hopefully Tim
I think so,
as
yeah.
well.
I gotta
So,
get some detents for my LV1 or get a feed next screw for the CCM.
If you're playing with your LV1, you have to use a shake and bake.
That's okay. It's either that or I figure out how to finally get the sear pin out of my twister so I can reinstall it. But I lost the sear spring. It's somewhere in my room. I dropped something on my desk and everything went flying and...
Is everything else okay with it? Whoa.
Yeah, I just took it apart to clean it, you know, and then realized I couldn't get the sear pin out, and I'd already pulled all the springs and the screws out.
So the only thing that's missing right now is the sear spring, though.
Yeah, well, but the problem is until I get the sear pin out, I can't put the trigger frame spring back in because, you know, it like kind of popped out, but I can't get the trigger out enough to
All
get
right,
it in.
do you have a punch for it?
I do, I just have not been having much luck with it, so...
All right, well, you should bring that, and then remind me, and I'll bring a punch for you.
Sounds good.
And hopefully I'll be able to help you.
Cool. I think it's time to update everyone about the La Soya raffle. How's that sound?
Well, wait. So we also have the PBSL 10K coming up in a couple weeks. And we also have, after that, NXL in Vegas. Is that right?
Yeah, I actually have
In
that
March.
queued up here. You got, when is it?
Oh, in March.
March 11th is the NXL in Vegas. And they now have a 3-on-3 amateur and open division, which is kind of cool, as well as an open 5-man division. And I think if you were a PBSL player, you can get a few $100s off your entry to the pump division in NXL. So
Are they doing the
Jump on
mech
that.
division again this year? because I know they didn't get a ton of turnout last year. I don't know if I've heard.
I haven't seen it advertised.
Yeah, I haven't really looked.
So if anybody knows about the mech division in NXL, let us know. Post in the comments and let Tim know because he wants to play that.
I need an excuse to go buy a GMech or a Shocker CVO or really anything.
Yeah, I really wanted to play Vegas, but I have a family event on Sunday.
Really bad excuse.
I mean, I wanted to.
I mean, if you lose on Saturday, you can still go and
Not
back
gonna
on
lose.
Sunday.
I was asked by the Hitmen to go play with them, so
Yeah, then
not really gonna miss Sunday.
probably gonna hit Sunday.
Yeah, because Derek Obataki also has a family event and couldn't make it, so I was gonna take his spot. Can't do it, unfortunately, which sucks. I'm super bummed. But I'm probably going to show up and just watch Friday and Saturday, try to hustle some paint from the loser teams. And yeah, so if you're there, say what's up. Let's see.
Open
Dan,
up
are
your
you going to
face.
Vegas?
I mean, you could go with me.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to Vegas.
Tim?
Why not?
I'd be down.
Let's all go to Vegas.
All right.
I'll go and I'll see my grandmother.
We're rolling.
And that's it.
Wait, your grandmother lives in Vegas?
Yeah.
So are we all going to sleep at her place?
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then we could do a live stream over there.
We're not taking our equipment there. We'll do the backpack live stream.
Yeah. Let's do that. All right, guys. We'll see you guys in Vegas.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in Vegas. Coming up
See
soon.
you in Vegas. Now I got to convince these guys to put together some like stickers or patches to give away. What do we think? Yes,
Yes.
no.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
All right,
I'm
moving
always down
on.
for giveaways.
They called him Vegas Dan in college, says Jorge. Dan was all about that Vegas.
Vegas Dan.
You wouldn't picture it, but Dan, just loves going to those clubs. He puts the little glow-in-the-dark strobe lights on his fingers.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about those.
I would wear my
stories.
Vegas hat.
Yeah.
Dude, I paid my way every time I've gone to Vegas. Like, I've won enough to cover the room trip and everything.
Playing what?
Huh.
Just frickin' slots.
Slots?
Like, dude,
No
yeah,
way.
dead
Playing
serious.
Slots?
What kind of slots are you playing?
Like $5 slots.
$5.
Last
Man.
time I was in Vegas, we were cashing out. I had $20 I was cashing out. And this lady at the slot right next to me wins 10 G's.
Oh, my gosh.
And before I could get to the counter to cash out, she had gone through it.
What?
Wow.
Just ridiculous. Like it was nothing.
I think the last
like
time-
it was nothing.
I think the last time we were in Vegas,
Just max bet, max bet, max bet.
I'd
we
walk
were.
away if I want 10.
Yeah,
But go
seriously.
ahead, Dan.
Well, most people in Vegas aren't like doing it for fun. They're like, next one's gonna be retirement.
Wow. That's insane.
The kids don't need a college fund.
Wait, I want to hear Vegas Dan's story.
I was just gonna say, the last time we were there, we just watched his dad play blackjack. And
Benji's
he
father?
killed it. Yeah,
Yeah. How much did he win?
My dad goes
at
with.
least $400. I think.
Yeah. Well, he
Nice.
goes with $100. If he loses it, he's done. If he wins, he keeps going. And I think he's won most of the time. He comes back with $1,000, $2,000, but he doesn't
Nice.
go all that often.
Nice.
But he's good. Every time I play blackjack, I lose just immediately. I don't have the patience.
I like to watch Jorge play. He's pretty good.
Vegas Jorge?
Well, he's probably
Vegas
counting
Jorge.
cards because he's.
No, actually, that's Reno Jorge. Reno Jorge.
I don't know. I guess if you say so.
Adrian says he got 2 G's off the Wheel of Fortune slot.
Woo, there you go.
Is that
Nice.
like, were you actually on the Wheel of Fortune?
No,
Oh,
they
the
got one
slot
of the big
machine.
slot machines. It's got all the colors and it's digital.
It says bankrupt.
Yeah.
That's what I would hit.
My grandpa back in the day won $5,000 in nickels.
What?
Yeah. and
Nickel
then-
slots.
Yeah, and then I remembered it was like 3rd grade. I was raising money for a pizza party. Like if we hit a certain amount, we'd get a pizza party.
Put it on the
And
pizza.
he ended up giving me like $200 in nickels to like go in the giant like 5-gallon water jug, so we could get a pizza party.
I would-
And like now I'm thinking like $200 worth of nickels, just buy me pizza. I don't care about the rest of the class.
Yeah.
I could have pizza like every week for a year.
Wait, my question is how many nickels is $5,000?
It's a lot of
Jorge,
nickels. He had
compute
bad.
that.
Jorge.
Beep bop boop.
Come on, Jorge.
Boop, give us an answer.
Robert Brannon is asking about the Spew 7 video.
Oh, yeah. What's up with that?
Oh, no.
There's a lot of videos that I'm falling behind on.
Yeah, but you're putting together really good videos on the weekly pretty much, so we're enjoying those.
Yeah, if you're enjoying them.
We should move on. Before we get to some of the awesome guns and the Shock Tech gunfighter frame here, we wanted to give you guys an update on the La Soya Paintball charity raffle. So, I'm going to jump on right now and get the total prize list while Dan reaches down and grabs some of the prizes that we have on hand, and Paul pulls up the pictures of some of the new stuff we don't have on hand. So, going down the list, what we have now is, you know what, let me get a better list. So first off, we have the Desert Duck, which was donated by Paul Schreck. Here, Dan, keep going down the list while I pull this up real quick.
That thing's gorgeous.
Well, I'm going to just talk about the things that we have in here.
Okay, so while I pull up the total list, Dan's going to show you some stuff.
All right. So last weekend we had a couple of the PBSL guys donate these Pump the World headbands. I don't know a lot about Pump the World, but if anyone who's associated with Pump the World or
Paint the World.
Paint the World.
Yeah.
If you're associated with PTW, let us drop some knowledge on us about these. We got this one, which is like the Galaxy Cat color, I think.
And before we move on, so I have the list in front of me. No, we're not doing the raffle now. The drawing is going to be March 2nd. The last entry date is going to be February 28th. The total prize list is the Ronin Desert Duck. We have the Shock Tech PMI Autococker, the Splatmaster Rapide Comp brand new in box, the Didium 5. We have a custom engraved Blackmagic pump. I think that's it for guns. We have 2 3D printed Jeff boxes. We have a Chris Lasoya tank, a Lasoya goggle strap, 2 Lasoya Pro Paintball IDs. We have a giant tactical jacket. We have 2 $30 gift certificates from Brass Monkey Custom, so you can, you know, get your barrels, freak board, other stuff. We have 5 3D printed tri-loaders from Ovid. We have 3 $25 gift certificates from BacciPaintball.com. We have 2 Lapco goodie bags with a $50 gift certificate inside, as well as some other miscellaneous gear. I think there's shirts in there also. We have 2 snapbacks from Meta Threads. We have swabs and barrel condoms from HK. We have a set of Allen keys from Jimmy. 3 headbands from Paint the World, and a few to be determined gifts from Critical Paintball. You can see a total prize list and a sponsor list on Facebook. There's a group for the raffle called the PBDnA La Soya Benefit Raffle. So jump on, you'll see more stuff if it's added. You'll get updates on drawing, when it's being held, what it's going for, etc. So yeah, it's for a really good cause. Again, $10 an entry, and you're good to go.
We also, I don't know if the Lapco bags, is the Lapco gift certificates on there, and the tight stick? What about the tight stick?
The tight stick. We also have a tight stick. Forgot to edit that
Everyone's
on there.
favorite barrel.
Now, I wanted to add that everything donated, like, they're not like trying to break even and, you know, give the profits. Everything is going to Chris.
Yeah.
Like everything. 100% is going to Chris.
All these entries go to Chris Lasoya for his medical care after being burnt in that bad fire.
And you talked about jerks.
Jerk. Yep. That's
PMI
that Shock
autococker.
Tech PMI Autococker,
Yeah.
that's the most recent addition, and that's a really nice old school cocker.
Yeah.
They're pretty uncommon. You know, it's similar to the Shock Tech Vortex body, except I think it was made before the Vortex, and it was made by Shock Tech for PMI, released as a PMI autococker. So, really nice piece. Yeah. Jump on, $10 an entry. There's not all too many entries in just yet, so, you know, you put a decent couple $100 in entries, it's a good chance you're going to win something.
Jorge is just trolling us nonstop. I saw that he was also he and Ted Martinez were teaming up to troll Tim last night. So that was pretty eventful. Paul linked us to that at like midnight, and I opened that up, and immediately they started trolling me. So it's good to see that the trolls can band together, you know, and pick someone to go up against.
I thought that stream was great, though. You know, it's
Tim's
like watching
one?
Bob Ross. You know, it's just
people
really relaxing.
Were you saying that, or was someone else saying that? I just was like about to fall asleep, and I opened it up, and immediately Connor and Ted started trolling me, and I was like, "Oh my god, all right, I've had enough of this."
I think we all agree Tim has to have more of those live streams.
He does. He does do a lot of live streams.
I said more.
Yeah. What was he rebuilding?
It was that acid wash DC2 that someone had done.
Oh yeah,
it's really nice. It's like a purple and black.
In the video it almost looked like an Aurora. You know,
kind of
oil slick. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. I was like, damn, that's not a factory finish. But do you know who re-anodized that?
I want to say it was Caustic. I know I remember seeing someone post it up when it got finished and everything. It's a gorgeous gun.
Yeah, super cool. Did you see that one?
I did.
It's pretty sick.
He has a lot of really gorgeous guns go through his hands.
What does he have of yours right now? PaintballTech.com.
He's got like 5 of my guns.
Yeah.
He's got the Buzzard from Sunny that I have.
What color is that Buzzard?
That's silver with that like Carter gunmetal gray. You know,
that's sick.
Yeah, that one's really nice. Then he's got my niche element that someday might work.
Is that the blue one?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen that before.
Yeah, never seen me playing it with it, though.
No, I think you did use it.
I played with it in Spew. That's the only time it's ever seen the field.
That's a pretty nice for sure.
Very pretty gun.
Yeah.
Very pretty gun.
Yeah.
He's got an 05 Pro Stock of mine that leaks and needs to be rebuilt.
What are you doing with the Pro Stock?
It's an orange 05. It's a nice, it's a nice...
Doesn't stack up to like your normal like,
I know,
fancy guns.
but you know, like I can kind of beat on that.
Why are you hating
care.
on the Pro Stocks, Dan?
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it's
hating on it.
unlike Tim to have like a
normal
person's gun.
It's kind of boring.
A working man's gun. Just kidding. Tim is himself just a working man.
Yes,
so.
indeed.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name from NWA has himself a nice blue
Yella.
Pro Stock, DJ Yella.
He had that and he had a Carter, right?
Yeah, Carter. But I mean, we all know that Pro Stock is
where it's at.
Yeah. I think is clean.
This thing is nice.
All right, so what stuff did you want to go over for Extravaganza?
So for Extravaganza, there is a rumor, mostly spread by Paul, that Dye may be coming out with an autococker. And other people are saying this besides Paul, so I think maybe there's some truth to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you see that? I haven't seen anything on
I
that.
didn't see it. I heard it from Paul.
Yeah, so it was posted in a Dye... No, it was posted in some autococker group.
Yeah.
And I hit up my friend who's a master tech at Dye.
I was like, yo, homie!
Yeah, I was like, hey, what's the deal? So you guys are coming out with a new autococker? And he just sent me a smiley face.
Smiley face emoji.
Yeah.
So if you speak emoji, maybe you can translate that for us.
Yeah.
So do you think that they would have another rehashing of the ultralight?
I think they would have
series?
a completely new, like, they're not going to go with something that's already been done.
Yeah, I hope it's a new...
I'm torn because, like,
pretty...
on one hand, I feel like Dye would be really cheap and not care and just re-release what they already
that's
have.
What I think.
You know, but on the other hand, I feel like, you know, because they've got that new lead designer now and everything, and he came out with that DSR. They've kind of got the new M3 probably coming out. I could see them kind of pushing to make something, maybe not an autococker, maybe just some kind of new mech.
I can see them having some issues with selling to the people who currently buy their guns and, like, people having to tune autocockers.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, they're going to have their techs having to do a lot more work.
Well, I feel like the people who buy electronics, well, yeah, definitely they'll, go and buy their, if they're a fan of Dye, they'll be like new autococker owners, but so mostly it'll be us old school guys buying it.
Gene says he talked
to
his rep and he said, no.
So maybe there's some truth to it being a mech, though. there could be some kind of mech thing.
A die mech.
Yeah, because
I mean,
now we got
it would be
we
really
got smart parts, we got GOG. I mean, if you're gonna separate, we got Eclipse. Who else? Anybody else doing a mech?
I think that's it right now. J4's had one for forever. They've talked about, but I mean,
yeah. So, I mean, who knows? If you have anything to add to that, I feel like I did see Carl Pointer post something a while back.
Well, all I know is they would have to design some new pneumatics also, because the die pneumatics were pretty bad. So I don't think they're gonna do all that, but it would be really nice if they had a full mech.
I don't know
DSR
if we'd ever see like any of the major manufacturers come out with another autococker at this point. I think any new mech is gonna be, you know, not an autococker, because you know the autocockers are such a pain to like service and provide tech support and everything. And I mean, you know, like the Resurrection really only came about because Simon pushed it so hard, you know.
Right.
And they're the only ones who make one now. So I think if we see something, it's going to be something
the
else.
Resurrection still being sold?
Yeah, but I've heard terrible quality control problems since Simon left.
Yeah, you know, the Inflicted Hero was reminding us that the SLG could really be easily converted to mech, but it's like
that's a die gun,
as
right?
Yeah, as bad as the SLG shot, I wouldn't want it even if it was mech.
I think I remember seeing a mech video that someone made for the SLG on M. Carter Brown a while ago, or PB Nation.
If someone could create some kind of mech frame to retroactively put on all those ultralight DMs. I mean,
I think
a mech DM7.
I think that we'll see, you know, a new front block, a new front block frame combination eventually, which will utilize a switch similar to what is being used on, you know, like the G-Mech.
Right. Yeah.
I think that you know eventually someone will make that, because you know if you have a new front block with the RAM and maybe an integrated LPR that is actually part of the front block, you know, then maybe you could have a different frame too.
Right.
So I'm surprised that actually hasn't already happened. Maybe it already has, and I'm forgetting some like iteration of the autococker.
I think some people have done like, you know, variations, smaller like custom shops and stuff. I think I've seen a couple like home builds that tried to build like a pneumatic trigger kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, no one actually for real.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd have to have the sear. You have to be able to trip the sear also.
Yeah, and aside from just, you know, like circle jerking for mech's sake, I think it's going to be really just friendly for newer paintballers if there's more mechanical guns on the field. Like, you know, a lot of us have been pushing mech because, I don't know, we have certain old school mechs that we're trying to show off, or certain brands are trying to push mech to make a couple bucks, but I mean, it's all for a good reason. We get to shoot some newer guns, some new mech guns, but kids aren't getting stitched up 30 balls a second on the field. So it should overall really help grow our sport. More guns to try out, funner games on the field. Should be solid.
I'm down behind that.
So anything else from Extravaganza you wanted to mention?
Do we have anything else on there?
We got
LVL.
That LVL thing that looked like a whale.
Oh yeah, pull that up.
That is the ugliest loader
So
ever
this is a
made.
picture from
Hands down.
Gateway. So credit to Gateway for this picture. You can go on their Instagram and you can see what the details are that they've actually put up about it. But it is like, I don't know who would even want this.
Does
Yeah,
anybody actually
it's
play
pretty
with
much
these? Like,
LVLs?
I don't know if I've
well, some of
seen
them had
any-
chronographs built in.
those were the
LVR?
the Pulse RDRs. I never got one.
Yeah.
I had
The Pulse, but the Pulse was an Empire logo.
No.
right?
So they came out with a newer version of it a while back.
Was that from
they-
GI or was that from someone else?
I think that was the one that was like the machine hopper that they ended up rebranding. It was from GI though.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. I thought that was cool. A chronograph built in?
Right.
Yeah.
But the new LVL, it can hold what, 300 balls, but it looks
I don't
like
even think that.
it looks like a caricature.
250 is what
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
a caricature of a blue whale.
It really does.
It's
it's
hideously
the other.
ugly.
It's the other picture, Paul.
Oh,
so
sorry.
that shows the normal LVL, but the Gateway one. This one might have been from Gateway also. I'm not sure. But go on Gateway's
Oh, got it.
Instagram and check it out. But this
up
photo that
there?
Paul's bringing up is just ridiculous looking. So I don't know. I mean, I also I just bought a Spire today, a Spire 3, because I wanted to try the Wi-Fi, which is actually Bluetooth.
I don't think it's gonna like stream porn to it. If that's like what you're trying.
That's what I was thinking, but when it was Wi-Fi, I thought that. But now that I figured out it's Bluetooth, my hopes and dreams are shattered.
Right. So Joey was saying we need to have subtitles because he's at a wedding and he can't hear us. So either we'll get subtitles or we're all gonna learn
sign
language.
Wait,
actually, Paul's gonna sign everything over there into that camera. So I can sign the one thing I know for you, Joey. It's right here. Yeah.
I did. I said hi, Joey, in sign language. I still remember some of it. I used to be deaf in one ear. So sorry. Oh man.
You want to read some of these comments that we're getting on YouTube from the Inflicted?
He was saying that SLG. He was saying that it wouldn't be as hard to make a good mechanical SLG. He said, let's see, it would increase the sear spring strength and not have to worry about its underpowered capacitor being able to trip it. Its main flaw was that it didn't learn from the EMAG, the sort of design just can't get by running off a standard 9-volt. Speaking of whales, anyone laid hands on a Tippmann Raider yet? No.
Oh, that's the funky one with the Defender thing, right?
Oh.
It's monster.
It's actually pretty cool, though. Have you seen, like, any of the video of it?
I like the Defender on its own. I haven't seen the video on the new one, but...
It's because it's mechanical. It's not it's not a halo inside. It's like... kind of like a cyclone feed.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea, I think. It's
so
hideously
is it just
ugly.
an inline blowback, or is it stack tube? Because the body, I thought, looking at it first, I thought it was stack tube, but then again, the profile, and if it's being marketed by Tippmann, it's probably going to be inline.
Did you get an update on Rose time-wise? It's 8:20 now.
9:15. So we'll try to end at 9.
Okay, cool.
And then clean up.
Let's see, a couple more things. Does anyone own
Wait. So
rights?
you wanted to say that it is...
I was gonna say I think it's an ion, but I don't think it actually is because it's mechanical.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure. Now that I think about it.
Okay. Joe Mady here was asking, does anyone own the patent rights to the autococker?
Sorry.
Dan, do you know that?
Well, that was the big thing that because Bud tried to claim that they had the rights to the autococker or whatever, right?
Right.
And that's why AKA called theirs the VLM instead, and that's why that all happened. And then Glenn Palmer, was like, well, we built Camille and all that first.
So yeah.
Seems like we have a lot of fans for the LVL loader.
Really? People are standing up for it? What are they saying?
Gene loves it. Russell Miller loves the LVL.
So I just bought a Spire. Should I have bought an LVL instead?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not asking you. I'm asking Gene and Russell, so they can tell me if I'm an idiot. I mean, we already know that, so don't answer that.
I like the Spire just being as light as it is. I haven't tried the LVL, but we'll have to try it soon. Inflicted says that no patent rights, but Bud Orr and K2 brought a trade dress cease and desist against action markers for the illusion.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think you could just put out a new cocker without at least some money to pay some lawyers.
Well, I think now you could.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are selling body kits, and some are selling... Who's selling the most complete... I mean, obviously Simon. But Simon is,
I mean, you have Daniel Pisani.
Yeah, but he's not making pneumatics.
If you're talking actual full, it's probably Shock Tech after them, because
Shock
Tech they're not selling full guns. Well, they did the runs of the SFLs and everything.
Yeah, and those would be full guns.
They've got the retro bodies, I think, still for sale that are the old, a hookup kind of look.
Yeah.
And they've got pneumatics, they've got internals, they've got frames.
Yeah. So I think the thing that Bud had was, like you were saying, like a trade dress or kind of a trademark on the look of the body and the system, but not the pneumatic system, the body system.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, because I mean the integration of pneumatics was really first done by AGS on the AGS rifle, and then that's what Glenn and Bud both saw. That's what they have both said that they saw for the the
what
first.
They based their stuff off.
Well, you wouldn't say that they based their stuff off it, but it was maybe the first. Yeah, the first source of inspiration, or the first. It didn't work well, but it did cycle. So.
Yeah, Afflicted was saying it's surprising no one makes 3D printed cocker and pump bodies with aluminum inserts, and I know Jeff made a 3D
Sterling body.
printed Sterling
and
body.
Actually,
but
what is it? KPS or KPC?
KPCS made one out of G10, I think.
Yeah.
And so did Acid Customs and Bob Long, not the Bob Long, but the Turtle Bob Long, made them out of Delrin.
Yeah, I can see that there would be issues long term because, you know, given heat and moisture, all 3D printing is just a bit susceptible, and, you know, you need fine tolerances for cockers. So
yeah, I'd be worried.
Consider the fact that if you anno more than twice, you could mess up your autococker just with that little bit of metal missing. So
yeah, but we're not talking about pneumatics. We're talking about bodies, and really on bodies, you know.
No, I'm talking about bodies.
Yeah, but on bodies, you really would need an aluminum air chamber, and then, you know, who's to say that your maybe a brass hammer couldn't work properly in a 3D printed body.
I think it would end up like
those pieces actually in the body would end up not sitting the way you think, because the body would end up warping or swelling just a tad.
But it would work. It would work.
I think you'd end up.
It would work for a little bit. Yeah, for a little bit it would work.
Definitely wouldn't be a long term.
No. Yeah. But you know, if you looked at the FBM, the Cobra and Spanky bodies, they have the fish mills.
Oh man, I hate
those. Yeah, well, you probably end up a problem with like what those had, where the inserts leaked.
Yeah, but they did work.
They did
for a time. So, are you gonna 3D print a body? What do you think?
Definitely
what about
not.
a Phantom body? You were mentioning something about 3D printing a Phantom body.
We're gonna do a Phantom feed. For sure.
Like a slide.
Yeah, I haven't really thought of a full body, but yeah, could be.
Could you print me a new body? This one's really wearing down.
Little altered carbon thing going on.
Yeah.
Hey, can you get me a 8-pack body?
8-pack. There's an 8-pack of beers in the fridge that you can use to add to your current 1-pack.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Actually, I guess they're right there.
Yeah, we still got.
You want that Corona, Tim? You
Corona.
can have it.
I'm good.
Okay, what do we got next? What's coming up next?
Fighter. We got the Eclipse stuff.
Oh yeah. So, I was going to ask you. This is a topic from a couple weeks ago. But I was going to ask you if you knew anything else about the stolen Vanquishes.
No, I haven't heard anything. I mean, it sucks with that. You know.
Yeah. How many were stolen?
I think it was
lot.
Yeah, it was a fair amount.
Was it 15 or so?
Something like that. Yeah. And I mean, each one's its own custom one-off anno and everything.
It's a lot of work to just disappear. So.
They noticed that it was missing a couple of months after the event, so it's just like.
Well, what it was that they knew it was missing relatively right away, but they were told, T2 and Boston Paintball got told during the course of their investigation that they shouldn't put it out there because whatever reason.
The shipping company whoever was handling the actual transport was looking into it.
And so now they finally got the all clear. They finished their investigation, found nothing, and that's why they put.
They're like, sorry guys, you can start looking now.
Yeah.
But those are. I mean, I guess I know what a Vanquish is, but I don't know what this specific.
What the cost was?
But I don't know like what this specific style looked like. But. Must have been pretty fancy. Were they like twister milled? Or?
They have like stippling, and they're different. It's not twister milling, but different cool anos and milling and everything. And each gun was completely one-off, unique ano and everything.
So it's like, what are you actually gonna do with that? If it's,
that's gonna like sit in someone's basement for years or something, or
someone's gonna strip them all out of them black. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got the new Eclipse gun, and what's word on the street about that, Paul?
The new Eclipse gun, I think Benji knows more about that.
No, that's Tim.
Or Tim, yeah, sorry.
Back to you, Tim.
I'm like 99.9% sure it's a CS2, because if you
CS2, there you go. Word on the street, CS2.
Yeah.
So Tim has been researching.
Tim's word on the street.
Yeah.
Word on the street.
He's been researching night and day before he came and streamed with us.
Let me tell you.
He's been researching since the last time he streamed with us.
Pretty much.
And he's been on top of it. That's
been
why.
Shadowing every pro player, watching everything that they pick up. It's a CS2.
He's bought let's just say he's bought a couple pairs of binoculars. He's bought a telescope.
And spy cams.
And spy cams, yeah. No, you've hacked into the current spy cams.
Mhm.
Yeah, because who needs to buy more when you can just use the ones that are already there?
That's a good point.
Yeah. And we all know that your hacking powers or hacking skills are
You have
top-notch.
no idea.
I have no idea. That's why I said that. So let's see. We got the GMEC frames are at Gateway. They posted pictures on their Instagram, so go check that out. If you guys want to GMEC your G-Tech, if you want to get the G-Tech to the GMEC. One thing I've been confused about, because I keep looking for like a really cheap G-Tech to buy, so then I can buy one of those frames. But I don't know what model G-Techs, because I think there's a couple models, and I don't want to keep bugging Tim with my stupid questions.
I think they're all one. I think there's only one G-Tech.
The 160R? Is that what it's
No.
called?
You want the regular, the straight G-Tech.
See, that's what I don't know.
160R.
Does it not work with the 160R?
No, because the 160R has the air-through frame, and it's a different frame and everything in it, so the frame isn't compatible.
Okay, so
aren't there
there
like
you
5
go.
different kinds of G-Techs, or am I just
That's the
crazy?
E-Tech.
Oh, E-Tech, yeah.
So there you go. You got the G. There's only one G-Tech, but there's another G-Tech 160R. So, so if you want to buy one, just look for one that doesn't have the air through.
Just buy the cheapest one you can find, and you'll be all
So
set.
what's like the average price? It looks like $300 to $400.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find a good deal for one, and I haven't.
There was a deal on eBay where it was like a blue one with a bunch of gear for $350 or $400, I think.
It's not bad.
So with the gear, might have been a good deal.
Yeah.
But I don't want blue.
I mean, you
so-
could always use more gear, right?
Yeah, I don't need more gear either. I got my Spire, which now I'm finding out I should have bought an LVL.
Remember
the
that,
whale.
because if you buy an LV1, you're going to spend a lot more money.
And it won't feed my paintballs into my autococker. So, great. Okay, well, this is really confusing. Let's talk about something that hits a little bit closer to home really briefly. So, for a long time, I have seen or I have heard of the Steve Busick's Rebline kits that converted a Nelson-based pump. This Nelson-based pump is missing the pump, missing the barrel, missing the valve body, missing the power tube, missing the cup seal, missing the valve spring, missing the power tube. I might have already said that. Missing the other bolt.
What isn't it missing?
You could have just said it's the body and the frame.
Well, no, it's the body and it's the frame and it's the bolt and the hammer and the mainspring, and it has one pump arm screw, and it also has the front body screw. I can get the rest of the parts. You know where I can get the rest of the parts?
At BacciPaintball.com?
No, I can get them in
eBay.
No, from that box that Benji gave me. It's like a big box of Nelson parts.
Ah.
So yeah, from Big B or no.
Paintball
No,
DNA.
Surrender Man. I thought that was
Paintball DNA.
No,
but
wasn't it Ginger something?
I got those from Craigie.
from Craigie, who played on GBD, and he also said he guested on Urban Quest, which is where that Intimidator came from.
He also
either
played
played
with,
or
I don't know, the Team USA team, and with Bob Long and the Assassins. And
he played. Oh, and Fatal Swoop. Obviously,
Fatal
I don't know if you
Swoop.
already said Fatal Swoop, but that
Pretty,
was what I think that was maybe his earliest team.
pretty
but
renowned
He can
paintballer.
probably
And
correct us
hockey
on-
team, too.
Yes.
Hockey team?
Well, you remember that jersey that Benji had, the Fatal Swoop hockey jersey.
They really played hockey? I didn't
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
just went and played hockey together.
Yeah, they played hockey.
But they had jerseys.
You okay there?
Yeah.
Busted. So, okay, so what I'm getting at is Steve Busick ran Southern Comfort. It was a field in the Valley, maybe towards Ventura. I'm not exactly sure where it was. Danny Gordato and Gilly played on Stars and Bars, and maybe just Gilly played on Stars and Bars, and Danny and the rest of the Mafia played on the Mafia, and Gilly played on the Mafia. But those teams were all based out of Southern Comfort, and so Steve Busick ran that field, and then he also came out with the Rebline line of guns, which his brand was, you know, it's not very PC anymore, but it's Confederate Army Supplies, CAS. It was a CAS Rebline, and eventually Steve Busick was attempting to make a semi-auto kit for his Rebline. This is not a Rebline, this is a Tasso Spartan. But, you know, it's the same board drop style. So,
Yes.
so here is one of the semi-auto kits that Steve Busick made. This is called the... the Trojan kit, I believe is what it was called. And this came from Carter, from M. Carter Brown. And it's actually a rubber band recocking kit. So you can see the rubber bands in there. And this is like something I've wanted to get for a long time. And I finally found one. So I'm really looking forward to setting this up and feeding it with my Spire 3 in the meantime until I buy my Whale LVL.
I almost said LV1.
Yeah, I almost said LVR. What is the LVR?
That's the better version of the LV1.
With carbon fiber.
Don't buy that either.
Yeah. So anyway, this kit actually goes on here, and I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I think you can only shoot it right-handed, judging from this lever that comes down and goes over the left side of the trigger. But it does have these rubber bands. So as I pull this back, let's bring up the GoPro. I'll give that to you.
I thought the imp kit was complicated, and that is...
Well, the imp kit is essentially just an inline blowback. Whereas this, I have no idea what's going on with it. Can you see that, Paul?
Go down a little bit.
Towards me?
Yeah.
Oh, it needs to be like this, too, right?
Yeah.
So, can you see those rubber bands? So that is just like... I really have no idea what's going on with this. And the way that it attaches into the valve body, I don't know if there's some actual air through that's happening or what, but there is almost like a ram driven part on the top, and there's this lever arm that doesn't even look like it can move. So this is just like a giant mystery. I would love to see this actually cycle and you know, even disassemble it and learn some more about it, because I don't know what to categorize it as. You know, is it it's
So it pushes on this. What the heck?
Yeah, so it's super cool. And Carter also sent me another raw semi-auto kit that has like a ram that mounts on the top of this. That word on the street is that those were also a Steve Busick kit, and I think there's a photo of that in the media folder. Look for like a Nelson like this with a bunch of raw parts strapped on top. And Darren Wolf, actually the photo that Paul's going to bring up is from Wolf 13, who used to collect autocockers, and he's not posting very much anymore, and his name I think is Paul. But the photo that Paul's going to bring up is from him, but Darren Wolf on M. Carter Brown actually has one of those later kits. So
what's it called?
I don't even know if I labeled it. Let me take a look.
This thing is so weird.
Bring that up.
Definitely funky.
Yeah, it's super cool. So if you have some insight on the Trojan kit, go ahead and let us know what it actually is.
And if anyone is good with computers and wants to fix my piece of crap laptop, let me know.
So what are your thoughts?
I will trade you 3D printing services, because I'm going to throw this thing out the window right now.
So we have been watching too much dirty stuff on.
So we have like 5 other computers here, but we want to make sure this one works. So if you can fix this one for Benji and you can arrive within the next, I don't know, like 25 minutes or something, go ahead and show up. Yeah. I think Andre's actually on his way to fix your computer right now.
Awesome,
He's going to run it over with his truck.
I would love for that.
So what do you think, Tim?
Well, okay, so I think this thing's just a giant 3-way up top. And then there's a ram here, which pushes this back to recock the gun. And then the rubber bands are the return spring for it. It's just gigantic.
Yeah. Well, it's not that large, considering the Nelson body is very slim.
That's true.
You know?
Still.
It's hefty, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
And you can see the set screws for all the places where the air passages were drilled.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to see you shoot this thing.
I don't know if that'll ever happen, but we can dream, right?
Yeah.
So I got to find one of my Reb lines to actually assemble this on. I think I had one from Todd Winokur gave me one, which belonged to a Mafia player. Todd, I don't know if you're watching this, but I think his name is... I can't remember. Maybe it was Alex. But I'm excited to show this to Danny and to Gilly and get their thoughts on it and see what they remember about the Colonel, and because that was Steve Busick's nickname, was the Colonel. So let's see, what do we got next?
We got the
guns. Oh, the gunfighter frame.
Gunfighter frame. So, Tim got his gunfighter frame in, and it is raw, and he is going to put it on what? You have to buy a whole new gun for it?
I gotta buy a whole new gun for it, yeah, because I don't have anything cool to build this on. Because the only two bodies I have right now are, I have that mini twister that I brought last time is still not...
Is that the blue one?
Green. It's green. It's
Oh,
kind of like a bluish,
black?
yeah.
Was it green to black fade?
Vaguely, yeah. It's kind of got a weird color to it.
But is it green to black, or am I just tripping?
It's like green, but it's kind of like the ano's kind of faded and got like a weird shift to it. So, it might be kind of what you're picturing.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think I remember that.
But that I was gonna build a hinge, and even if not, I think the gunfighter will outshoot that because it's a mini pre-99.
And also, I mean, you don't want to, with a body that old, you don't want to go with a hinge on it. You want something that's a little bit more like, you know, of the era.
I've got a Meteor Featherlight frame that I'm actually kind of thinking about putting on.
That would look pretty cool. Although it's like the cuts kind of clash, I would say.
It kind of does.
You know?
The goal kind of with that body was to build like the lightest cocker I could.
I mean, if that's what you're going for, then for sure.
Yeah,
you know,
but that's kind of how I feel though, that it doesn't quite line up.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of two different aesthetics going on there.
It's not really.
I mean,
it's not there yet.
If I was Tim, I'd either E-blade it or race frame it.
Yeah,
gotta drill that sucker too.
Benji's got some race frames,
yeah.
and I think he has the diagrams for how to drill them. But if not, you know, I got to drill here.
I mean, yeah, we can just we keep drilling holes. We'll get it right eventually.
Yeah, Andres truck it, I think, is what we'll do.
So did you talk about the issues with them going on right now?
So I mean, you know, I literally just got this yesterday, so we just kind of threw the parts in tonight. I'm not even sure if I have it in right, but you can kind of see first off how it's kind of like got this funky, you know, lever action. I don't think this is in right, but it gives you an idea. So there's normally like a spring here, and that pushes that up, and then I think there's another spring that pushes it to the side. I don't know. We're gonna figure out how it all goes together.
So how's the finish on yours?
Well, I mean, this is raw, so, you know, like, we can't judge too much by fit and finish and everything. I mean, I definitely noticed, you know, there are a couple screws that are a little kind of, like, not off-centered, but they definitely look a little funky. Like, there's a little bit of chatter on them and stuff.
Yeah, let me check it out.
Yeah, go for it. Take a look.
And you also pointed out that the actuating rod hole in the trigger plate is vertical instead
which
of being
is kind
horizontal.
of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously supposed to be like that. And Paul, so one thing that I wanted to talk about the gunfighter frame is, you know, it's a whole new kind of system for your autococker that is it's using like a cam system to really actuate your switch and drop your sear with like the shortest pull possible, which is like 1.6 millimeter. I think I saw
it's
somebody
like
post.
crazy tight.
People are already cutting new plates for this, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and take that plate out.
They're saying the trigger pull was super firm, but
I mean, you know, like I think that's just kind of continuing. You know, Shock Tech's style has always been probably a little harder trigger pull, but it's, you know, very short and snappy, and the gunfighter is kind of like the ultimate version of that, you know, whereas you know, I think a lot of people nowadays maybe prefer the Basale's style where it's a lot smoother, but you get a lot softer trigger pull, but it's a much longer pull at the same time.
So I saw on M. Carter Brown there was a thread going on about the gunfighter frame and issues. So one of the guys, Superman, and a bunch of local guys, he said he and 3 locals all purchased frames. All of them showed up with issues. So he said on his frame, almost every hole was drilled off center. There were deburring issues. There was ano pitting and machine marks. And he said that he's seen that on all 8 frames that he's been able to see pictures of so far. Now let's see. So he said that he said that Shock Tech offered to replace the frames, but when they swapped the frames, they forgot certain screws, or they didn't ask for certain screws to not be sent, because he sent back his frame as received, and then they sent him back new frames without certain screws and stuff. I don't know, he said he wasn't all that happy with the customer service. I know a lot of people have been pretty happy with it, but it's important to get, you know, all the sides of the situation. So he said that, let's see, what else? He said the stock spring was very strong and he couldn't shoot it for very long. Let's see, he said that the trigger pull is stiff either way. Some people are bragging about how short the trigger pull is, but I feel like it's more of a tinkerer's frame. Okay, so he said, again, stock spring is super hard, but the main issues that he had were the off-center screws and the deburring and ammo pitting issues. And if you go on M. Carter Brown, you can see the pictures that he posted. You know, they're pretty visible and noticeable. And, you know, if I was dropping 225, I'd be kind of annoyed, but, you know, Tim's here seems to be in pretty good shape, so it's definitely not universal.
Yeah,
and it's pretty good to know that Shock Tech is willing to replace it if you have issues, but, you know, maybe they jumped out of the gate a little too quick. You know, you gotta make sure everything's perfect when you're releasing a brand new, expensive frame.
Okay, so we got Andre there now. Andre, this is Tim.
Hey, how's it going?
Have you met Tim before?
Good. Yeah, I've been around here and there.
Okay, so Paul, you want to reorient our shot, and Benji, let's see.
Where are we going?
Yeah, so here's another guy who said that
fitting him in.
That machine marks were one thing, but that his frame had holes drilled after ammo. So
I figured we just raid Benji's closet.
What
do you think? How are our
holes
lights?
would be drilled after the fact?
More? Does he need to go? He's good? Alright. Andre, you're going to sit right in front of me like this. Alright, so Tim. Oh, you want to go right there?
I brought my gun.
Your pistol? What do you think? Is that good, Paul? Alright, so we have a special guest, Mr. Hot Rod Build himself, Andre.
Yo, happy Chinese New Year, everybody.
Yeah. Burn some money with Jimmy. Okay, so Benji just went through some of the issues that people have experienced with the gunfighter frames.
Definitely not everybody, but, you know, this was probably 4 people living next to each other, all ordered at the same time, all had the same issues. So maybe, I don't know, are there bad batches?
So hopefully some of the later ones will have those straightened out. And I am excited to see the actual firing rates that people can achieve using this frame. That's the most exciting thing to me.
Because we've seen a couple really fast firing rates.
So now Paul brought up a couple photos a minute ago of the other trigger plates that people have made, and let's see, I believe...
confusing.
Check.
Let's make this really confusing for everybody.
More fun to try and figure everything out.
Yeah, right? We're not going to give you an instruction book at all. This is bad.
Okay, so the first picture, I don't know. Okay, so we have the Daniel, how do you say Daniel's last name?
Vizani, I think?
Vizani, Killshot Customs. The trigger plate that he made for the gunfighter frame is behind us right now. And Andre, if your head is a little bit lower, you can actually see the cutout on that frame, or on that plate, and it's pretty wild. He pretty much skeletonized it. Whoa, there goes your truck. Back to the shop.
Oh man, I just picked it up.
So yeah, you can see that plate. And then there is another plate that Garrett Simmons, Dockfire, on Custom Cockers and on M. Carter Brown and on YouTube had made. And he, I believe, will be selling these. And it is a Delrin plate. Daniel's was stainless, most likely.
Yeah, I think he said stainless.
Yeah, I don't think he would make it out of steel. I imagine he made it out of stainless. And then Garrett's Dockfire's is a Delrin plate, which is pretty cool. And I would guess that the plate that he's having made was made by
CCM, maybe?
Yeah, because he's relatively local to CCM, and this is somewhat similar to the slide trigger that CCM was making for the, I don't even know what they call this. Slide frame. Yeah, so it looks very similar to that, so pretty cool. What are the actual wear points on this trigger? Where does it actually interact with the cam at? How will the Delrin plate actually hold up?
So, I mean, I've only kind of looked at it, the photos online. I still haven't, obviously, built this one yet. But
you mean this isn't built?
I know. Who would have thought, right?
Wait, hold on.
Okay, so just give him the cam and give him the plate.
Yeah.
And let him think it over. And
if I remember, I'm trying to remember how I saw this.
Yeah, it was extremely. I was trying to figure that out too. I was like, wait, I'm really good at this.
I believe the roller bearing rides either on the back of the plate or on the bottom. No, it must ride on the back of the plate, right? That'd make more sense.
Yeah.
And pushes on that, and then this is on. There's a spring attached to the bottom that pulls on the cam and everything.
Cool.
So I mean, the only wear point for the sear should be on the back, and then I'm not sure. I know there's a front adjustment point on the trigger frame.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right. Yeah, right up top.
For how far your plate can come forward.
Exactly.
Which will deal with your actuation.
Yeah. And
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's which of those plates would you choose if you were going to go with an aftermarket?
I mean,
plate?
I think I'd go with Dan's the skeletonized plate. You know,
it does look pretty cool, especially if you're going to put it on a
smooth and light
a Kraken. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you know. So Dan, crank out those Kraken bodies.
Kraken.
Jeff was saying that we could do metal 3D printing. It's only $250,000.
Oh, no big deal. You know,
good to go.
Is that just dumpster noise, Paul?
Yeah, some guys throwing in some goodies.
Throwing out some
I got the key now,
money.
so I can dive.
Oh,
all right.
But I think that guy's just throwing away garbage. So
one man's garbage, another man's
definitely don't take garbage out of the garbage. If anyone was wondering,
Jeff was saying he 3D printed a duck slide body, which was cool.
Out of metal.
This is Quitman or this is Wakefield? Okay. I remember him posting something about that.
It took me a while to figure out how it fits in.
Okay, so
I got a message from my brother's girlfriend. She says that we have to tell the guy to stop eating that fucking burrito.
Okay, well, she's a little late. Although
he did stop eating it.
The burrito
I didn't
is
finish
Dan.
it.
Dan is the burrito.
I didn't actually finish the burrito, but I might go back to it. So we're at 8:50. We'll go for a little while longer. How long have we been streaming for so far, Paul? 1 hour.
About
20?
an hour 30, hour 20.
Yeah. So go in an hour 30 is definitely good. We'll see. I'll text Rose for an update around that time. And let's see. Let me give it that outline.
Yeah, go for it.
So we had Andre jump in. Andre, what's going on with the hot rod build? Are you gonna take some new parts for the hot rod build right here? I don't think Tim will miss them.
No, right now I actually have
hot rod build.
I have to get back on it and start getting more parts for it. But it's on pause right now. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, guys.
R.I.P. the hot rod build.
Definitely not R.I.P. It's just been
Well, it's resting.
It's
peace.
definitely resting.
It's resting in peace right now.
But it's not R.I.P. dead.
Like a dog, it's on pause. All right, we got 10 more minutes?
So next up on our outline is new wraps. What's the wrap now, homie? What's the new wrap? The California roll wrap.
I'm tired to rap.
Benji's gonna release an album later on this
year. Yeah. Why don't we just play my rap in the background?
No. Okay, so Benji, if you're watching, and I can't imagine very many people are, if you're watching, throw down some inspiration for Benji. Maybe get him started with a verse, get him started with a topic, something that's really going to entice him and make him want to spit rhymes,
While they're doing that, so my internet was going wonky, but we have a lot of messages to go on.
All right, let's hear some of those messages.
Okay. This goes the other way.
Gene says 3D printing is dirty, would look nasty.
Gene, you're dirty, and you do look nasty.
Rain says only 3D printing which could be good is stereolithography or laser sintering of metal. I think he's from the future. I don't understand any of those words.
Andre's from the past, so we'll have them battle. Maybe in a rap battle, but I'm not sure.
Let's see. We got... He's inflicted his big on 3D printed paintball guns.
Yeah.
Thinking about picking up a Chaos Revolver.
Wow.
Oh yeah, are those the Crossman kits?
Not complicated at all.
Is that they're like new kits for the Crossman?
It's like a 3D Crossman kit. Maybe print one of those soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna be thinking about new stuff to print. I just ordered my second 3D printer, so definitely want to bust out a lot of stuff soon. Let's see. They're saying paintball has shrunk so much since the 2000s.
You know what else has shrunk since the 2000s?
Recession. Let's see. There's a lot of good messages.
Let's hear some of the negatives.
Here we got: does the gunfighter work with a normal three-way or shock tech style backwards three-way like the bomb?
From what I've read, it's designed to be used with a 3 O-ring 3-way.
Which would be the
A bomb or the Inception one.
or the Empire one, which is also
right.
3-ring.
Yeah, which is basically the Inception.
And then,
But I think I've seen Ravi Chopra did the review, and I think I read it. I want to say that he tried it with a regular one and it worked.
Yeah.
Or I read someone's review that said it worked with it.
So there you go. Rainick was saying that Airball has gone downhill, and it's like, yeah, it has, but Scenario and Mech Ball has grown, and Woodball has grown.
I had fun playing Airball last weekend, so there you go. It's not.
Gene
It's on the
loves
upswing
Andre's
for Dan.
hat. There you go.
Andre, can you give us a little bit of information about the hat, about your vest, about your style today? Your short sleeve.
This is how I normally dress everybody.
Yeah, but I mean
I don't normally dress in camo, although everyone sees me in camo.
So
only old school camo.
But you can normally talk about what you're wearing quite a bit. So can you just give us some very quick details on the vest, especially, and the hat? And maybe these Indian Native American.
I think the vest is actually, I believe it's either a costume piece or it's just a cheapo thing from the '60s. But it looks cool. It's got plastic buttons.
It's got a cell phone pocket.
It's got a cell phone pocket. That's actually why I enjoy it very much.
Yeah, your cell phone's larger than so probably wouldn't fit.
That's about it for now.
He makes it look good.
Yeah. These are old. These are old. Everything's
So Andre,
fun.
do you try? Or do you just wake up and you look like that?
No, I just have like a bucket in my closet that has jewelry in it, and I throw that on. And then I've been wearing the same shirt for about 5 days, so it probably smells like dog shit.
During the week, you try to accumulate as much turquoise on your body as you can, because when you're paintballing, you're not usually wearing turquoise.
None. Zero.
And what is is there like a Native American stigma towards turquoise?
It's just readily available where they would live, so it was just something that they found the white man really wanted, so they were like, whoa, here we go, this is something white people want, so they use it as trading.
It's not about luck, because I was thinking maybe it would be about luck, and you need your luck in your paintball because you're lacking skill. So
I lack extremely large amounts of skill.
If anyone wants to play with this skillless vision of hipster stardom, you can play with him and myself tomorrow.
Are you gonna come?
Ambush. I'm gonna come. I'm not gonna run around.
You're not gonna run
I'm
around?
Gonna stand in the back and headshot.
And you get
people.
to decide which of those
people.
Benji's label actually applies, or which of the two Benji's label actually applies to. And I'm leaning more towards this because this is not hipster. This is
I'll take hipster. I don't care.
No,
I'm down.
This is
I'll take it.
This is next level.
I'll take next level.
Okay, so
Wait, what kind of stones are those?
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
Oh, they're just called turquoise?
Yeah, they're
You
all
don't know
different
about
colors.
turquoise?
Yeah. Oh, I'm also gonna be at
Sorry.
Ambush tomorrow with a bunch of people for a friend's birthday party who I don't know if they've ever played. So if anyone wants to come and just have target practice, it's gonna be awesome. It's actually gonna make me feel good tomorrow.
You're just
I don't know if
serving them up on a platter.
They're all gonna be shooting those Titman rentals. I'm most likely gonna be shooting this stock class carterized Maximaster right here, which is gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna watch a bunch of noobs go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of paintballs.
So there you go. You got Ambush tomorrow, and you got
Combat
on
Sunday. Oh, and also, if anyone's wondering why I'm wearing this scarf, it's also because I got hit in the neck last time we were playing paintball, and I have what looks like a giant hickey. And if anyone was wondering, I'm 38 years old, so a 38-year-old man walking around LA with a fucking hickey on his neck is not cool. So all you youngsters out there under the age of 21, get them hickeys. Awesome. Anyone older than 25,
Andre going
scarf,
play
dude.
to ambush.
Yeah.
So
Andre likes to slam bush.
Benji knows me too well.
Connor's
too
not
well.
here, but he slams the cush.
Ooh.
Jorge.
He's warming up. He's warming up.
He's definitely watching,
so
though.
let's see. I was gonna say something.
Oh, look at that. Someone
No.
forgot to clean the barrel.
Where were you going?
It's awesome.
I don't
Sweet.
know. I forgot. Okay, so somebody sent me pictures of a Bad Bill Sandana. Look for those photos in there. That was sent from Shane. I'm gonna have Andre say your last name. Ficarelli.
Yeah, Ficarelli.
Ficarelli.
Nice.
So Shane Ficarelli.
Very Italian.
He was actually messaging me about the Bad Bill Sandana that I was wearing in the Machine Gun Mike autococker video, where I'm wearing Fox is it Foxwood? Is that the pattern? The Renegade pattern?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wearing Foxwood Renegade jersey and pants, and I have the Bad Bill on. And he was like, man, you want to sell your Bad Bill? And I was like, no, not really. I don't know where it is, so I can't sell it. And he was like, I'm going to find one then. So then he found one, and he paid quite a bit for it, but it was new in package. And did you find those photos, Paul? What?
Very rare to find it in package. That's a nice little.
Yeah.
I like that color.
Yeah. So where did oh yeah. So what can you tell us about that? About the tag? About the actual Bad Bill?
I mean, Bad Bills were probably made when Sandana first started.
Yeah.
Because it's such an old style.
Early '90s, but they don't have the like really shitty tag on it. You know,
they have the really old tags that are coveted by everybody.
Yeah. So what's the value of a Bad Bill typically?
Just a Bad Bill without a tag?
Yeah.
Probably like $50 at
$50.
tops.
And what about the tag?
Anywhere from like 150 to 250.
150 to
Now,
250.
is that tag the Sandana guy, or is it just a Sandana label?
So it's similar to the tag that, I don't know, Dan has one of these tags. It's black with like green, green snake and like yellow lettering. It's like one of the first Sandana tags ever made.
But
super rare.
Do you think that the actual value of the Bad Bill will increase just for stylistic? You don't think so?
I don't think so, because
people are into Bad Bill.
The biggest market for Sandana products are speedball players.
Yeah,
and they like to wear mesh on top of their head with a nice headband around it. Versus a Bad Bill, it's made out of cloth.
And Bad Bills typically aren't snakes.
Super hot, yeah.
They aren't typically, what's the pattern?
Snake stripe.
Yeah.
I mean, for like your head area, like the mesh, the most coveted pattern is probably the tree branch and the tree trunk.
But talking.
It says it's a goddamn ascot.
Ascot.
Oh, it can be an ascot. Yes, it can be.
So what's the ascot?
This thing. My hickey my hickey hider.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So yeah. Anyway, Bad Bill. Let's see. Another thing I wanted to talk about is today I talked on the phone with John Sivers, who was the owner of Paintball Connection in San Diego, and he was telling me a little bit about Paintball Connection and Lapco, because he actually, so Colin Thompson, hopefully everyone's familiar with Colin Thompson of Lapco. Colin worked for Dave Bassman at Conquest, and then he started having his own gun bodies made by Sigma in Chatsworth in the Valley, and then he started selling those as the Colin gun and as the Great Ghost. And in about 1989, Colin moved from Los Angeles Paintball Company, that's Lapco, or LA Paintball Company, it's Lapco, and he moved to San Diego, and he sold the company to John Sivers, and John Sivers and Colin and Russell Maynard and several other people ran it in San Diego as Paintball Connection and as Lapco, and Colin was doing development and engineering of new products, and John Sivers was overseeing the store, and at the same time he was doing his main job, which was like insurance or something. But it was just really interesting hearing the story of more about Paintball Connection, because you don't really hear a lot about Paintball Connection. You hear more about Lapco, and that's probably...
What are some things you can touch on before we...
Well, one thing to think about is that most of the Lapco guns, or most of the older Grey Ghosts that you see, are from the period when Lapco was based out of San Diego with Paintball Connection. So the typical Wintech style Ghost with the Nylotron pump and the engraving and the serial numbers, those are typically mostly built during that period when they were having parts machined, and Colin was really more overseeing the development and the engineering. And then later when he left, John Sivers gave Colin all of the inventory for Lapco, because John basically went back to his main job, which was dealing with insurance, and he was employing Russell and employing Colin, and he had to let them go, and Russell moved on to Camp Pendleton, I guess the first iteration of Camp Pendleton, and then Colin basically went to work for other shops, but was given all of the inventory that John had left at Paintball Connection. So with that inventory, Colin built the Force Recons, he built the stock class Ghosts, he built the Auto Spirits, because I don't believe the Auto Spirits were actually made at Paintball Connection. I believe they were built afterwards. So he went on to build all these guns, and he was actually still pretty productive. I mean, he was very productive in the actual building of Nelson pumps during those years after Paintball Connection. But most of the kind of more typical Lapco style pumps that you would recognize are from the actual years of Paintball Connection. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah. He also talked about traveling around and playing with the Muffs, which was the I can't remember what the actual name is but what the actual acronym for Muffs is, but the Muffs were known for wearing Tim Schloss's Tiger Stripes, and he was actually the president also. John Sivers was actually the president of the IPPA, the International Paintball Players Association. So
so before we head out, we have some demands for guns. Let's do 5 minutes real quick.
Okay, sounds
the guns
good.
We brought.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
I gotta bring some guns for next time.
Yeah, well, you got to get your guns back from Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Okay, so
Damn, look at this thing.
this is a ShockTech DM5. I tuned it up today and posted a little shooting video. It's just super nice. I freaking love the milling on these DM5s. It's got, I mean, the entire thing is milled differently aside from the reg and the barrel. I mean, it's got the ShockTech on off. It's got, you know, different milling on the body, little swooshes, ridges everywhere. It's got the ShockTech feed neck, a custom frame, and it comes with a stock ShockTech trigger, which I have somewhere. So
we
that
actually
was cool.
we actually have to end now because Rosette's on her way back. So
All right, well, you got to see
This
that.
looks like
We
it
gotta
came
see
out of
one
the.
gun.
Looks like
Yeah.
it came from Terminator.
I'll show you real quick. There's a gun.
we got a lot of
Can
guns.
we do
And
the run through the 1 minute?
No, we gotta end it. We gotta kill it.
Hold this out.
Here's a race gun.
Kill
right
it.
there.
Kill the whole line.
Kill the whole line.
Kill the whole line.
This is the line.
Pending damage.
No,
Kill it.
we got. Yeah, we gotta kill it. We gotta kill it.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning
All
in.
right.